Previously on the other dungeon, the party found Bonzalez's potion stash, and upon consuming them, Eriku regrew her missing arm, but Erog became paralyzed. Then Karam and Eriku climbed down to the volcano with hopes of rescuing Bonzalez from a pterodon's nest, but Karam was knocked unconscious and Eriku struggled to climb back out alone. And now, the other dungeon continues.
I'll roll a perception check.
16.
You hear a screeching noise from behind you in the fog. A sound of another dinosaur bird approaching.
I screech back at it in intimidation. Damn. I got 12. I stay quiet till it's
It's
out.
definitely coming this way.
Try and climb some more.
Of course.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Alright, your big arm reaches up, grabs onto the rope. You now have both arms on the rope.
Sweet. I climb up the rope. Got 21.
Alright, you're back on top of the rope.
Can I climb out the volcano now?
You have climbed out of the volcano. Yeah, you're just barely, you're 1 foot. You're around the edge of the volcano. But you are off the rope now. You're laying on your back. You just climbed up. You're exhausted. But you're back up on top of the volcano now. Probably about 15, 20 feet away from Erog.
I'm gonna go ahead and tie the rope together to make a longer rope.
Alright, so you're gonna pull the other rope up so you can tie this rope onto the bottom of it. Alright, so you lay there, you pull the rope up, you tie them together. Roll me a survival check to tie the 2 ropes together.
What, it's been 15 minutes?
It's a 9.
It's been about a minute.
I'm gonna walk back and I'm gonna be like, I know you! Walk back to where those people were.
Alright,
Let's
yeah.
just walk away to get some berries.
So while he has wandered away from Erog, you think he might have the sense to not wander too far.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of the vibe you get. You get the I'm an old guy, don't bother me. I just walked over to a bush and I can still see him. You get the vibe that your turtle thinks everything's okay. There's no telepathic bond. There's definitely an emotive bond though. So you get the sense from your turtle that he thinks whatever he's doing is fine.
I tell him to let me know if anything crazy.
His eyes are open. If he sees anything, he'll alert you.
Sounds good.
Alright, you keep meditating. You need to get your spells up. Alright, Erog, you want to try and get up again now that you probably sense Eriku around you, tying stuff together?
I'm making animal noises as I do it to try and stir him.
Yeah.
You hear that Eriku has climbed back up and is nearby you and is excited.
Boy call.
Yeah. You're excited also, but not enough to get up. Eriku, you tried tying the 2 ropes together, but you didn't do a great job.
Yeah, can I try again?
It looks pretty bad, so if you want to look at it and be like, that's a shitty knot and try again, you can untie and try again. With 2 hands.
I incorporate my previous knowledge, but also work my new hand into it.
So you use your teeth and your hand.
Yeah, it's the way I know, and my feet kind of. But I only got a 13.
Still better than your 9, but not great. It's above a 10, so it is a knot. Not the strongest knot ever, though. 13's just it is a knot, but it's not an amazing knot. You can leave it as is, or you can untie and try again, or...
3rd time's a charm.
Alright, you untie and try again?
I got a natural 20.
Oh, this time you got it. Tight knot. Perfect knot.
I'm like, yeah, bitch.
And now that knot will have to be cut off, or it's going to take a natural 20 to untie it.
I throw that bitch back over the edge so that...
It now drapes over, it's a 50-foot rope now, but 10 foot's above ground, so it drapes down about 40 feet. So it's only a 20-foot fall now instead of a 40-foot fall.
Alright, and I look around camp for any more little burial things that might have potions all up in there.
You do not spot any other things like that around here. I mean, I'm going to give you a passive 10 with that, but this is a pretty small area. The only thing you're going to see is the turtle, Erog, some bushes, some berries, some other plants, but nothing like his
Can I run back
mound.
into the tent that I was rolling bad perception on earlier and try to roll good perception on it?
You may.
I do that, and I also, bump into Erog. And I rolled a natural 20!
Nice.
Alright, you bump into Erog real good as you trip over his body, looking in the tent. So Erog, roll a fortitude save.
I have 14.
Erog still doesn't wake up, but you trip and fall into the tent.
7.
You don't find anything really special in there, but he does seem to have eaten a lot of the nearby berries. You see a pile of seeds near his sleeping area, where he spit out a bunch of pits of some berries. So you know that the berries nearby are edible, at least.
Are there berries in the tent already?
Perception check.
10.
No, just the seeds.
I run outside and try to look for the berries, because, who the fuck knows? Maybe they're healing berries. That'd be cool.
Alright, perception check.
19.
You do see a small bush full of berries. The giant tortoise that the Kefo has recently inhabited with the mossy back is over at a bush, smalling down on him.
Can I run over and slap the turtle in the booty?
Yeah.
Just a gentle tap with my new baby hand.
You can tap a turtle wherever you like. It's going to give you cross eyes whenever you do it, I'm sure.
That's fine, I accept it, and I, go over to the bush before it eats all the berries, and I, eat some of the berries, too.
There's about 8 berries left. You may eat them.
Can I eat 4 of them?
You may. You eat half of the berries.
Alright, do I have to do anything to that?
No, but you get 4 hit points back.
Oh, sick. So I pocket the rest of the berries before Turtle can eat it.
You grab 4 berries. You do, yeah.
I wonder what those berries look like.
They're good.
Alright, and I'm like, sorry, Turtle. And I take the 4 berries and I climb back down the rope.
Alright, roll a climb check to climb back down your longer rope.
16.
Alright, it's not a beautiful climb. You're about halfway down the rope, though.
Doing my best, I'm gonna keep sliding down.
Yep, still a little rough on your hands, but doesn't hurt that bad. You can deal with it.
Did 15, a little bit hurty more.
Yeah, you're at the bottom of the rope now, though, but your hands definitely are, like, raw from the, you're building new calluses again. But you're at the bottom of the rope.
I enjoy the feeling of building calluses.
Yeah, you
and
probably
I
like it.
gently, lower myself with my strong arm to where I'm dangling to ease my gentle drop.
Roll reflex save.
19.
Instead of 6 damage, you take 3 from your fall.
Awesome. I run over and I feed Lazy Boneskin 2 of the berries.
Alright, you shove 2 berries down his throat.
I stroke his throat to swallow.
He swallows said berries. He regains 2 hit points unbeknownst to you, but is still unconscious.
I would go ahead and feed 2 more to Lazy Bones.
Alright, feed 2 more to Lazy Bones.
Yes,
You
he
massage
wakes
his throat,
up.
he swallows them, he regains 2 more hit points, is still unconscious.
Alright, I go back up the rope to look for more berries.
You wanna roll a climb or acro to get up that 20 feet to the rope? Won't be as bad as before.
Parkour! That's acrobatics. 24.
Yeah, that's enough. You, parkour up the wall 20 feet.
Oh.
You bounce. Now I just need you to do, a reflex save or a climb to grab the rope. Reflex to grab it or climb just to, right away, do a swing move and, start climbing, whichever you prefer.
I guess a swing move, but it's not that good.
Probably want the one, whichever one's gonna be higher for you is the one you probably
Reflex
roll.
would be better.
Yeah, roll that then. You'll still have to, climb after. This will make you grab with one hand.
Well, reflex.
Alright, that's not great.
No, it was with my baby hand.
It's not even really good enough to grab the rope, but what I'll say is that you've grabbed, a rock to hold on right next to the bottom of the rope. So you didn't lose any distance, but you're not on the rope yet. You're, right beneath the rope, and you just luckily grabbed onto, a little hold in the rock.
I go for that rope again?
You may. It's, right there.
24, so I got that rope, right?
Yeah, you grab the rope.
Alright, and I climb up to look for more berries.
Climb
That's what
check.
I'm doing.
You've only got to beat a 10, though, so it shouldn't be hard.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, yeah, you're back up the rope, fine.
Go look for more berries. Try to, use the tortoise because I assume he's going to look for more berries. And I, try
So
to,
that's handle animal if you want to use the tortoise like a truffle pig.
It's worth a try.
Can I assist with that at all? Or I'm just
If you do, you're going to break your meditation, so it's probably better if you don't.
It's a 14.
The tortoise seems pretty perturbed to you for stealing its other berries from earlier and doesn't seem to want to work with you. It keeps looking away from you. You try
That's
to talk
fine.
to it.
I give it the double bird and I go look for my own berries.
Alright, you want to use a survival or knowledge nature to try and find the berries?
Survival. 13.
You are unable to find the berries at the moment. Roll a perception check.
Got a natural 1. That dice aside for now.
And then you've wandered far enough away from camp that you don't even notice what's going on near camp. Arog, roll a fortitude save and then a perception check.
22.
Alright, that was your fortitude, so you still don't move. You feel the tingling of your skin, but you can't move. And perception. Bakefo, you can roll perception too.
Oh,
I got 11.
Alright, Arog, you hear some noise, but it's hard for you to discern exactly what it is. You got
22.
22 for Bakefo. Bakefo hears the noise, even in your crystal form. You maybe don't hear the noise. What you sense is sense of danger from your tortoise. You sense your tortoise ally just went inside of his shell. He just got afraid and he's hiding now.
Okay, I would like to take over my
You're gonna give up your meditation?
It's either that or just be a turtle and all my friends died. I kind of have my other spell still outlined. I'm in it. I'm back. I want to see what the fuck freaking my turtle out.
Alright, so roll a will contest to take over your turtle. Although I'll make it too high because he might be pretty willing if he's afraid.
20.
Alright, with that I'll let you take over the turtle. Of course, when you take over his body, everything's completely dark.
Yeah, I'm gonna just poke my little nose head out a little bit, see what's up.
Alright, poke your head out, roll a perception check. So it's hard to see exactly what's going on, but you do hear a screeching noise.
Okay, I'm gonna come out of my
They don't
shell
have no babies to feed you to.
all the way and see what's up.
Alright.
I'm gonna go to camp.
Alright, roll me another perception check.
11. I'm just gonna walk back towards camp.
Alright, you walk back towards camp because you were about 60 feet out, so you walk back towards camp. You see Arog's body now as you approach. You want to roll a perception check to see what else you see?
13. Yeah, at least it's one up each time.
So now, other than Arog, you don't see a whole lot. You hear some screeching noise, but it's very foggy again, there's steam rolling off of the volcano, and it's kind of rolling into the camp, so it's even foggy here at the camp. So it's very hard to see a whole lot. So you hear some screeching, but you can't tell where it's coming from. You can sort of see the outline of Arog just still laying there. You don't see Eriku, you don't see Karam. You could probably assume Karam's still at the bottom of the it, or maybe Eriku is too. We don't see either one of them.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk towards Arog cautiously.
Alright, you're able to approach Arog without any incident.
Awesome. Can I roll a perception check again? 21.
Alright, so you're all up on Arog now. He's still laying there like he can't move. You can see his eyes moving around like he sees you approaching. So Arog, with the passive 10, you'll even see this turtle come all up upon you. Can't see a whole lot else except the trees above you. You can't move much else except your eyes and your lips barely. And you can hear the screeching too, and definitely a dinosaur's noise. You can use a knowledge of nature to try to figure out if you can identify the screech or something
I would
like
like to do that.
Yeah.
18.
With an 18, you can definitely tell it's a dinosaur, probably a dinosaur's bird like the ones you've been encountering. You can't see it yet, but it definitely sounds like the screech of those flying dinosaurs you have encountered, and it definitely sounds like it's coming close.
Damn.
I use the sense of urgency that is now filling my body to try to.
Yeah, of
get
course,
out
Arog,
of
please.
this space. Ah! Oh, what is that? A 23? Yeah, 23.
You feel the tingling in your body, but not enough to get up. Eriku, you're out there looking for berries. Roll a survival check to keep looking.
20. Not natural, though.
You're able to find a bush that seems to have at one time contained these berries, but they have ripened and fallen from the bush, and many have been already scavenged or eaten by bugs or other animals. But there is one berry left on the ground uneaten or unspoiled.
I take that berry.
It's definitely the same bush. You take the one berry. Hitherto foreknown as the good berry.
Oh, sweet. Those are good, yeah.
Good berry.
Call them good berries. You got one good berry for your inventory.
I'm gonna keep looking because I don't know what's going on at camp.
Okay, you keep looking. Back at camp, Arog, Bakefo.
Still not up?
No.
Okay,
not up.
I would like to reach with my neck to my shell, please, which I believe is covered in all kinds of crazy nature shit.
It's covered in moss and stuff, yeah.
And I would like to take some off of my shell, and I would like to tongue it into Aaron's mouth.
Alright, so you reach over to your shell, you take a big bite of moss off the side of your shell, and you like French kiss Arog with his unwilling, paralyzed mouth, and you spit dirt and soil into his mouth.
Yeah, but I do it as like a druid thing. Do it heavy, like
Roll me a religion check with that, maybe.
14. I don't think I have any.
You are trying to help, so you feel like you are trying to do something in like you're trying to use like natural elements to aid this guy. You don't know if it'll work or not, you don't have any specific knowledge. But I'll let Arog roll his fortitude save as dirt and soil is being spit into his mouth. A mouthful of moss. And with a 15, you might even be able to sort of taste it, but you can't do anything to spit it out. So right now you're just like got this mud in your throat.
Really hoping that was when 20 would pop out.
Story-wise, that would have been beautiful, but you can't help what you roll.
So I'm just gonna stare at him, but I would like to get a hole out of that, not trying to injure my friend.
Tortoise tongue this guy in the mouth to make sure there's holes in the dirt that you can breathe through. Doesn't choke. Roll a fortitude save, Arog, as you get violated in the mouth by this turtle.
Aw.
16.
Alright, I'm real pissed.
Luckily for you, you're not sure you can feel the turtle's tongue, but you can see it happening. The turtle like keeps coming down on you.
Okay, then I'm gonna like press my head and hit his forehead. And I forgive you. Aw.
That's so sweet.
Meanwhile, Eriku out looking for berries. Want to roll a survival check?
Oh, I got it sick.
You think you're lost. You've been walking around for a minute, and now you think you're not even sure you can find your way back to camp from here. You just realize you've been looking down at the ground too long for these berries, and you're not sure where you are. Karam, you're down in the pit, passed out, and unfortunately something's coming towards you, and you don't even know it.
Oh,
Headbutting me?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll another fortitude
I'm
save.
not sorry, can I roll something that
You can roll a strength check. Yeah, you can roll a strength check to help him.
I rolled an 11, which is
Yeah, it's not gonna be enough to help.
I rolled a 3, yeah, not 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Now we know.
So that didn't help, but you tried to headbutt him, and you tried to, it didn't help. You didn't headbutt very hard.
I'm an old turtle. Can I still see what's going on around me?
You can roll a perception check.
Perception.
With that, you will sense the whooshing of air. The fog is still thick, but another huge animal has approached. Something very large, flying. Probably another dinosaur's bird. You see a flash of color in the fog, circling around and like going back to that same area where Eriku just came from.
Can I roll a heal on Aaron to try and wake him up?
You can roll a heal skill check on Arog to try and wake him up.
Fuck you, die. It's a 4. It's like, die.
Yeah.
Sorry.
okay.
That's not much help, but I'll still let Arog try to roll a fortitude save to get out. Had you rolled higher, it would actually add to his roll, but you didn't, so it won't.
3.
Yeah.
Eriku, you're lost. You can either keep looking for berries or try to find your way back. It's your call.
So I'm fucking lost, so I'm just like praying to my goddess. Help me with like finding some sort of direction. Again, also kind of looking for berries because, you know, that would help.
Alright, you don't spot any berries, but you do spot some very large clawed prints in the mud near some bushes that are clean of the berries, like something ate them cleared off, and you will hear a hooting noise. Like, hooty hoo!
Like Hootie Who?
Like Hootie Hoo. Whatever it was definitely large.
I'm gonna try and find my way back to the campsite, I think.
Alright, so that's a survival or geography check.
I'm gonna call my goddess a bitch because I know she likes it. 21.
Alright, so you will walk away from the Hootie Hoo noise and think you're walking the right direction towards camp. You feel like you've got your bearings back. You're not back at camp yet, but you're heading that direction. You feel like you're recognizing things now. That tree looks familiar, that kind of shit. That rock is the same rock I saw before.
Can I look for berries also, just because I'm looking around?
You can survival check, look for berries on your way back as well.
8. No berries.
You're more concerned with finding your way back to the camp.
Got that one berry though.
Meanwhile, Beketho and Arog back at camp.
Can I pour pure water on him?
Yeah,
And
you're
his
gonna
mouth
create
vomit
water
through
into his
him?
mouth, dilute the poison maybe.
Yeah.
Alright, so you create water into Arog's mouth. You're about to swallow 2 gallons of water, Arog. Get ready.
With the dirt mixture too. We're gonna
Yeah.
wake you up.
Let's swallow a bunch of mud. So roll a fortitude save to swallow your mud mixture. I'll give him a +1 because you made him a smoothie.
Yes.
I got a 15.
So you are able to finally swallow the mud. You're not going to choke on the mud now at least, but you did just swallow a muddy drink. You're awake, but you don't move.
I'm gonna look around him. I'm gonna look in this thing that no one's been able to look real good in.
Yeah, go for it. Look around with a perception check.
Looking for them little potions. 22.
You don't see any more potion pouches, but you definitely see this giant flying dinosaur is definitely heading for the nest straight below where Karam and Lazy Bonzalis is.
Can I see that?
Can you take over Eric's body?
With a perception check, you might.
Would it still be
I
paralyzed?
feel like it's my body that's paralyzed, so I don't know if it would help.
Technically, you can take over a paralyzed body with the rock, but you have to somehow get it out of your butt.
There we go. Back that out. Take over Eric's body and use
I'm about to take a shit on you.
Go for it. I can't do much. Do it on my feet so I can't see it.
Oh, thank
That
God.
way I have no idea it happened. I just have turtle
Right.
shit on my feet later.
I mean, are you actually going to try and shit on Arog's foot? Is this happening? Are you wearing shoes, Arog? Like I said, it helps when it touches your skin, so if you're wearing shoes, I don't know if that'll help as much.
She was looking at my toes, though.
She was looking at toes.
Well, it's
I do.
You wear open-toed shoes?
okay.
I do it on his
I
face.
can do something. I am behind Turtle's tail by his butthole, right?
You were in the flap next to his butthole, yeah, like stuck in between the shell and like the side of his body, near his butt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna lift up his shirt or whatever he's wearing, get that tummy exposed, and I'm gonna like kind of roll slick on him.
Alright,
and,
so
like,
Arog's
as
belly is exposed.
Pork belly.
and just try to like swoosh my turtle bod and Arog's bod together as much as possible. See if the stone will like wiggle out a little bit, or maybe just like touch that flesh so I can have a puppet.
Well, I guess gonna be like maybe string check to force it out.
I would like to tell my turtle that I'm gonna need its help.
He's still your animal companion no matter what, so.
21. Flex it.
With a 21, I don't like it, but I'm gonna allow it. A 21, I'm gonna allow you to squeeze the crystal out to like the edge of your shell and your butt flap. So it's like wedged in between the two, but it is touching Arog's belly.
Awesome. And I will roll the paralyzed Arag's body.
It'll take a will contest with Arog to take over his body, unless Arog is willing.
Let it happen. I don't mind.
All right, Arog is willing. He'll let you take over his body. He's like, I'm not using it.
I got 19 anyway.
Yeah. As long as the crystal is touching the body, you can move it. As soon as the crystal stops touching the body, you go back into the crystal.
You just fall down.
So right now you're laying on the ground with a turtle on you, and its butt's touching you on your belly.
I sit up, but so I would like to observe the stone.
Perception check.
26.
You see the stone like barely poking out of the back of your turtle shell.
I touch it with my hand.
Grab it with your hand. Roll a reflex save if you want to snatch it out.
Smash it. I don't want to use the word snatch though.
Gently grab.
I would like to gently wedge it out.
Caress. You want to caress it out of the cheek.
Putting my other hand under it. Just
Wow, so gentle.
15.
You're able to wiggle the crystal out into Arog's hand.
I am zombie Arog.
You're a zombie.
I
You
say
now
out loud.
control Arog's body as long as the crystal is touching his skin.
I tell my turtle that we got some shit to work on. It's different.
His skin does feel tingly. The only difference for you now is that right now, if something happens to Arog, you won't feel it. Because he's paralyzed, he is impervious to pain. So like right now, if something hurts Arog, you won't feel it happening.
He's a
Oh my
zombie. It's real weird. I'm in a body, but I can't feel anything.
You're like moving the limbs around, but even if you like slap yourself, it feels like, you know, when you go to the dentist and you have like Novocaine, you got Novocaine body basically.
I would like to perception through Arog's half-orc eyes and see what I see. I'm near the edge of the forest. I would like to perception check around me. I know the dinosaurs over yonder. 19.
Not a whole lot to see except some fog. That dinosaur bird is definitely nearby. You feel like it's definitely landed in that nest below based on the sound coming from below. Definitely hear it pecking at something. Other than that, you just hear some rustling in the woods.
And then I would like to floppy, because I can't feel running, run towards the rope. Oh my god.
I'm also fully healed with 27 hit points, ready to go.
I would
Run
like
into
to
a wall.
run and slide down the rope, but holding it tightly. Maybe. I'm not sure. I can't feel it.
Are
Sorry.
your cows?
Alright, so roll a climb check to climb down the rope tightly.
8. I did say slide.
You're only about 5 feet down the rope, so it wasn't a great slide. You slid very slow.
You were a turtle last time.
Yeah.
I'm sure switching bodies from thing
Terrible.
to thing is,
very disorienting.
Disarmament.
You're very slowly sliding on the rope. Meanwhile, Eriku, you're lost in the woods. Roll a survival or geography to find your way back while you're out there.
18.
You definitely feel you're in the right track now. Like I said, you noticed some landmarks before, and you definitely feel like you're heading back to it. You're not back at the camp yet, but you feel like you're definitely going the right direction now.
I still look around for more berries as I'm.
Yeah, survival check to look for more berries while you do that.
12.
The 12, you do not find any berries on your walk back. Meanwhile, hanging down about 5 feet on the rope, Bakefo.
I would like to continue to climb down.
Alright, climb check.
Yeah, 14.
Above average, it's not a great climb, but you're about 20 feet down now. 15, 20 feet, somewhere in that range.
High perception.
You make, try to look through the fog.
16.
With 16, you can definitely make out the shape of this giant bird lording over your friends below. You can't see their bodies because its wingspan is so huge, but you can definitely see it's pecking over whatever is in that nest. Something in that nest is getting pecked at.
Can I climb again? 9.
You're like very slowly making your way down this rope because the body's numb and you're like you keep being afraid you're gonna let go of the rope because you can't feel the rope in your hands. Concentrating very hard on like holding onto the rope.
Well, then I'm gonna slide down the rope a little bit.
Just like.
All right, climb check to slide down the rope a little bit.
It's okay. Bloody hands ain't no thing.
20, not natural.
You slide right down the bottom of the rope once you quit giving a shit. You let go like just enough. You're down at the bottom of the rope now. You only got like a 20-foot fall
How
now.
it's a 20-foot drop now?
Yep.
Can I use my survival to climb down the rocks?
You can use a climb check to climb down the rocks.
Well, I know.
Survival is not a way to climb, unfortunately.
I'm gonna try to climb down 10 personal goal and throw it out there. 18, 19, 20, not natural.
You're able to climb down just fine. You make it down from the rope. I mean, even with you can't feel anything, but you're able to find holes in the rocks. Luckily, you're a druid. You have a good feel for the stones. You kind of like just look for the perfect spot in the rock, and you find it. And you make your way down to the nest. Roll a perception check, and you make your way down to the nest.
Do you have a weapon?
Ready,
Do you have a hand?
yeah, I have an orcish battle axe.
I would like to draw that.
All right, you draw your Orcus battle axe as you do a perception check.
13.
You can't see a whole lot, but whatever this giant creature is in the fog right ahead of you, even though it's not that far ahead of you, the steam is so thick here you can't quite see. It's got a humanoid shape in its mouth by the leg.
Isn't stealth a thing? I don't have it, but...
Stealth is a thing. You can still roll it. It's plus dex if you don't have
I don't have
stealth.
it at all. I have 16, so it's
pretty
really
good
a...
14? Yeah. So 14 is not great stealth.
I am a half
perception.
orc, and I can't feel anything.
I rolled a 26 for perception, so it definitely sees you, but it's more preoccupied with what it's eating. You can definitely see like, at some point its eyes meet with you. But it's definitely just whatever's in its mouth that's shaking that around instead.
I would like to hold my hand out and in Sylvan say, like, does it like real, like, horse whisper.
Alright, you want to horse whisper the dinosaur? You can do that. Roll handle animal on this giant animal.
5.
I mean, maybe it's the crushed eggs around it, but it seems in a rage of some sort. Similar to an Eriku rage.
Can I perception again? Am I closer? Or am I just like...
You are closer as you try to do that, but it's definitely a raging creature.
I'm just trying to see what it's got in its mouth. 15.
You're close enough now that at 15 you can tell the body is not that of Karam, it's probably Lazy Bonzales's.
Okay.
And like as you're watching right now, you'll see its leg being torn from its body. So as you're watching, the body falls, but the leg stays in its mouth.
I would like to try and specifically look for Karen.
Perception check.
17.
Karam is very nearby the body that just fell to the ground. So the body, Lazy Bonzales's body that just hit the nest, Karam's probably 5 or 10 feet away from that in some egg goo.
Okay, I'm an egg goo.
Yeah.
Would like to try and roll stealth again to try and grab Karam out of the nest.
Alright, stealth check.
15.
I also rolled a 15. Stealth is the kind of thing, though, that's one of those ones where because that's a weird match, I'm going to let you have that one. So it's like just enough that you're able to walk up to Karam. Like, it probably sees you, but it's still more concerned with Lazy Bonzales' meal. That you're not its main concern.
Cool.
You're like just stealthy enough. You didn't draw enough attention to yourself to distract it from what it's already doing. So you hear like crunch down on Gonzalez's leg. You hear like the bone snap and the piece that it has. You are next to Kiram. You can have Kiram if you'd like to do a strength check to pick Kiram up.
My strength is a 13.
I believe Kiram is 140 pounds, so that's just underneath what you need to roll to pick Kiram up. You try to pick Kiram up, but you struggle.
I just drag Karam out of the nest.
With that, you can probably drag Kiram very slowly, maybe half your move speed, so you'll be like closer to the wall. I might allow that.
Cool, that'd be dope. I would like to slowly take Karam out of
Alright. While this dinosaur continues to feast on Lazy Gonzalez, now he pecks down at Lazy Gonzalez again with his razor-sharp beak, hacking at more parts of his lower torso. So Lazy Gonzalez takes some more damage.
Can I look on Karam's bod and try to find something to make like a rope or like a tie? I need something. I'm gonna rip off some of his clothes.
Rip off some of Karam's clothes, make some short rope. You probably get at least 5 foot of rope out of Karam's clothes, as long as Karam's shirt's ruined, or pants. Your choice.
Work. Sure.
Alright, Karam will be topless from now on. So you can have 5 foot of material.
I would like to tie Karam's arms together around me.
Like when you use your sweater and you tie it around your waist like that, but with Karam?
Sure, I was thinking more shoulders, but...
Oh, like shoulder sweater. Okay, so you want to throw Karam over your shoulders, but tie Karam's arms together. Like a cape. You want to make a Karam cape.
Yeah, and maybe tie it around the waist too, you know what I mean? Like a baby.
You only have 5 foot material, so I'm going to let you try something. Roll me a survival check to try to tie some sort of knot for this to work.
I got 20 not natural.
It's a good knot. Now roll me a strength check to still pick up Karam, though.
Cool. Got it. Totally got this. I can be zombie era. Get us out of here. 15.
That's enough to pick up Karam.
Awesome.
So you got Karam over your back like a cape, and you go over towards you're near the cliff face now, so...
Yeah, I'd like to climb back up.
So roll a climb check plus 14, so 34 is what you need to get up to where the rope is, but below that we'll let you just make incremental progress.
Oh yeah, well we only got a 5 because I rolled a 3 now.
Alright, with a 5 you didn't get anywhere. You basically went up and then came right back down, so you're still on the ground with a 5.
Totally cool.
Alright, Mimo, Eriku, survival check to find the camp.
14.
So you feel like you're close, but things don't look familiar here. Like you haven't been to this place before. The trees look different. You're sure you're near the camp, but this doesn't look familiar.
Berries around?
No, but maybe roll me a knowledge nature.
12.
You're not sure, but you think some of the bushes nearby might have carried the fruit but are empty now. So you see some similar bushes, but there's no fruit on them.
So I just want to make note that I am making a mental note of all these bushes.
Yeah.
That they had the fruit on them, just for future reference. Is that cool?
Yeah, you can do that. You can make note of them. As long as you can roll high enough to find them later, that's fine.
I'm going to try and continue back to camp.
Kefo down there with Karam over your back.
Yeah, I'm going to try to climb again. 17.
That time you don't do great. You're about 10 feet up the wall.
Cool.
You're approaching the rope, another 10 feet to go. But Karam's on your back, quite heavy. Eriku, meanwhile, you're trying to find your way back to camp.
12.
You feel like you're walking in circles now. You just walked past the same tree, the one you didn't recognize before. Now you recognize it, but it's because you just walked past it, and you feel like you're walking around in a circle now.
Curse my goddess.
Like everything's your goddess's fault.
Well, yeah, everything.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's how religion works. I understand.
She likes it.
Meanwhile, Bekefo, about 10 feet up the wall.
2 more feet to go. Climb on! 21.
You're up to the rope now.
I would like to climb the rope, but not climb it. I would like to put my feet on the rock and my hands on the rope and
Climb check.
Batman climb up to the rock on my feet too.
Right. Climb check, roll to Batbammy.
Batman. It rolled over to 19 as you did that. 21.
Great.
Alright, you're up to the top of the rope with Karam, luckily. It was a struggle. Very heavy Karam, but you're on the top of the rope. Luckily, you couldn't feel it. You're back out of the pit. The dinosaur is still down there, is feasting on Lazy Gonzalez, though. He's being torn to shreds by this thing.
Totally okay. Just mad I didn't get any of his blood, honestly.
Alright. Karam is safe.
So, can I pull the rope up, please?
Yeah, you pull the rope up.
I'm gonna wrap it back up by the tree.
Eriku, survival check to find your way back to camp.
Woo! I yell. 15.
You were able to exit the area you were lost in. You're definitely closer to camp.
Berries?
No berries in this area either, but you're definitely closer to camp. I'm not sure you can hear the sounds of your allies because there's not a whole lot going on over there, but you definitely feel you're closer to camp.
Can I... It's probably that turtle. Can I yell out at him?
Well, can I make note that I did make note of where that who was coming from earlier?
Yeah.
It kind of sounded like a hooty hoo, but I don't know.
That might have been your context for who's. Like maybe you're reading something into it. It's also possible.
Just saying, I want to go back and explore that later.
Yeah. Well, now there's a new hooty hoo, so roll a perception check to see if you hear the new hooty hoo.
17.
Definitely sounds like you heard Arog say hooty hoo.
Yeah.
With like a limp tongue.
but on Novocaine, for sure.
I'm gonna drop Karam in the lean-to.
Eriku, you head towards the noise.
Yup.
I think you've heard it. You can head that direction.
I hear that noise.
Alright, so moments later, Eriku will stumble back into camp, where Pekefo and Arog's body is standing over Karam. Turtle's nearby.
I go give Karam that berry.
Karam Berry, she heals one
The
hit
one
point.
berry. Delicious. So I think you just have to get over 5.
I'm Bacafo.
Okay.
I squeezed myself out onto Arog, and I also put dirt in his mouth. I can tell you about that later when it's funny. I just gotta let you know I can't feel anything. We gotta find a way to wake this man
I
up.
tell Pekefo that the berries made me feel better. And you can gather what you
Gas.
can from that.
Knowledge roll about good berries.
Yeah, knowledge nature.
Sure.
Yeah.
I show you the seeds in the tent.
19.
You've heard rumor of goodberry, a fruit that is known to help with restorative properties to help heal.
Here, I went down and got him! There's a dinosaur down there. It's super scary. Eating lazy bones right now. We gotta wake him up.
I want to go peer over the edge.
I said, you're on your own.
I just want to go look at the dinosaur.
You go roll a perception check at the edge of the cliff.
It's too foggy.
I only rolled a 10, so all I see is steam.
You see steam. There's definitely another huge creature down there, more colorful than the last, but it's hard to make it out. Similar shape, more colorful, huge, but you can't really pick out what's going on down there.
I make those connections though, and I devilishly smirk to myself, knowing that that's my next move. But my move before that is to find more berries for Karam.
Can I look in Arog's stuff and see if I can find a way to smash up the seed?
Another rock, so we can take rocks
Yeah,
off.
another rock. I have a rock.
Yeah, rocks are free here.
I would also like to summon the turtle.
Dagger, dagger.
Yeah, you can call the turtle the handle animal.
We'll handle him 4.
It's a wily turtle.
You hear him huff and walk farther away when you whistle. You don't see him.
I don't. I traded all that shit away. Trying to get equipment.
Can I look in the lean-to for any kind of pot?
You
I don't
can,
want
but
pot.
there's
I
not
take
one in
the seed.
there.
I take the seed, a handful of dirt, and I run towards the turtle.
Alright, I'm gonna go looking for the turtle. Roll perception check and run towards the turtle.
16.
You can find the turtle at 16. He's not
Okay.
too far away.
What's up with these berries? Do you know where to find them?
The turtle will sort of shrug and look at the bush and then look back at you and then burp.
Real. I'm gonna part some of the
love that turtle.
right as the turtle just a good safe spot on the turtle's shell. I would like to part some of the godlike qualities on its back and place some dirt and put one of the seeds in it. And with my water, I would like to moisten that
Alright,
soil.
so you want to plant a good berry seed on the back of your turtle. Roll me a knowledge nature check to plant a good berry on the back of your turtle.
It was a 7.
So yeah, you're not sure the seed's gonna take, but you tried to water it and stuck it on there.
That's cool. I'm gonna pound it in there real nice, and then for right now, and go back to find Eriku and tell my turtle, "You're a jerk, but I love you because you're beautiful. I respect you. So I'm sorry I called you a jerk." And then I kind of stop on the road and I look at him. And I'm like,
He looks back at you.
I'm like, if you run into any berries, though, maybe just save me a couple. And then I turn in Arog's limp body and walk back towards Eriku.
And you floppy body walk back towards Eriku at the camp.
I look for berries on the other side of camp.
Whatever was here has been cleaned out.
How many seeds are still in that tent area, please?
I think there was 8 total. So if you
So I
used
took
1, 7.
pictures. I would like to pick up all 7 of
You
them.
have 7 seeds. The lazy bones loss was saving.
I would like to take 2 of them and grind them up,
You
if
may do
possible.
that. That's totally possible as long as you have something to grind them with.
Find
dagger?
the back of my dagger here.
I'm gonna look for a rock to grind them up on
Alright,
the
so
dagger.
you look for a rock and a dagger and you just start pounding some seeds.
Yeah, and a leaf to catch them in.
So as you guys are resting through the night, I rolled, you're only going to get 4 hours of sleep, so roll a d4 plus con if you're resting. If you have enough HP to be awake, you can roll a perception check. So you can at least roll a perception and...
I'm still sleeping.
The Kefo's not going to try and take up your body right now, she's still resting.
Well, I'm awake, so
Oh,
I'm
I have a spell for good berries.
You have a good berry spell?
Ooh, that can make up to 10.
It's 2
Delicious good berries.
D4
I thought that good berries was a made up thing.
No. I can roll 2d4.
I got a 22 perception.
I'm sorry, I'm still dreaming in my dream.
So Karam and Bekefo are asleep, but Arog and Eriku wake up.
I'm one away from being cautious.
Oh,
I'm down to wake up. I never get my spells together before we start playing, so I'm trying to
She just wants to
Since I wake up and Jerem does it, I'm gonna gently place the one good berry into his mouth while he's sleeping and just shove it in there with my finger.
sometimes
Alright.
On my baby hand, so it's real gentle.
somehow before her.
Are you going to help Karen
My
too.
mouth- My tongue just like, blah.
Did I give you that extra hit point? I
That's
think you need to
awesome.
wake up.
Thank you.
So that gives you 1 more HP. Would that wake you up, Karen?
Yeah.
So you can roll a perception check as you wake up too.
My little...
So you wake up with like my face really close to your face, and it's like
And you're kind of choking on a berry when you wake up.
11.
So you are just coughing on your berry. You don't hear whatever Arog and Eriku heard. Arog especially. Eric, you had the highest number, right?
Yes.
I heard it with a 22 ear.
Then both of you
Wait.
heard it. Arog and Eriku hear a hooting noise in the nearby. The hooting noise is growing closer. There's a cluster of hootings. They're growing closer and closer to your camp.
I grunt that I heard the hooting in the woods earlier, and I walked away from it on purpose.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, you both hear it.
The 14?
Talking about.
Is Bekefo about to take over my body?
You're paralyzed.
Yeah.
Can I feel some rumblings around me and try to take over his body, please?
We'll say, but if he's not going to contest you, you can just take over his body.
So I ready my four-tusked dagger at whatever this hoot nanny is.
Hoot nanny!
Hooty hoo!
So it seems Bekefo is taking over Arog's body, so now Arog can stand up. You still, like I said, can't feel anything. He's still paralyzed, so any pain that you would normally feel from getting hit by a weapon or an animal or anything, you won't feel it. But you can move him around. You can puppet him. The hooting noises grow closer and closer. You hear the sound of 2 large creatures approaching with these hooting noises, nearing your camp.
I would like to ready my action with a perception check.
Alright, well I'm gonna hold my dagger in my baby hand, still poisoned, and I'm gonna hold my axe in my good hand.
Well, I'm going to ready my flail. Yeah, 22 for my perception.
You hear the hooting as well. It's coming from both sides. 2 large creatures, one from each side, like definitely growing closer and closer to your camp.
I would like to take Arog's longbow out and ready that.
Roll for initiative.
Me and Bekefo are gonna stand back to back in the direction of either the hooting, because we both heard it real good. So each of us is going to back to back stand in the direction of that hooting thing.
I got a 13 for their initiative, so just beat a 13.
I got a 17.
I got an 8.
So your AC would be 10 plus your dex plus 6 if you're wielding all that.
Putting that
Currently, while you're in Arog's body.
Karen actually got a 19.
So I think you and Karam can go before these creatures, and I believe Bekefo rated in action, so all of you actually get to attack one time before these things can do anything to you.
I would like to shout out to my compadres. Let me try to talk to them or something. I want to try. I want to try to silver them. But I'm saying that with a crossbow drawn. So, and I have the least initiative. So I'm just gonna.
You guys can let Bekefo jump you in line. I mean, they're too far away for you to hit with a melee weapon right now. You'd have to use range to hit them currently. So unless you want to do something ranged to attack one of them, you can try to let Bekefo jump you in line right now and try diplomacy first if you feel like that might work.
See if they'll say anything to us or just try to attack us. That's my main. Have my crossbow up, and I'm gonna be like, what business do you have with that? Or like, what do you seek? Who are you? Who are you?
Who? Who?
Who are you?
Who? Who? From the shadows, you see the direction you're facing. One large owl bear, the creature the size of a bear with a face of an owl. A large creature coming down from the tree line above towards you, and you can assume the same thing is happening behind you. Lunging through the air, hooting. Its eyes are rolling about madly in its head, like googly eyes all around. It looks mad.
Crossbow instead of my flail. Okay, alright, cool. Can I knowledge roll to see if that's what an owlbear normally angrily looks like?
The
You can
wild
knowledge
eyes.
nature.
17.
You would know with a 17 that owlbears are rumored to be hard to deal with, deranged. No, they're hard to reason with. Having a discussion with an owlbear is rare.
Okay.
The wild eyes.
I keep that crossbow up, and I'm just like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna have to hurt you!
Diplomacy for you if you don't stop her.
Don't stop, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to hurt you.
Like that.
Diplomacy or intimidate to tell them that.
I'm gonna use Intimidate just because I feel like Arog comes off a little
I
more
also want
intimidated.
Can we intimidate together?
Yeah, we're still
Yeah.
back to back.
Of course.
Bro,
Intimidate away.
But I'm like, this like a bet. You better fuck off or not.
Everybody can roll it.
I got a 16.
I got a 28. So I'm real.
Are we rolling just
Stop.
intimidation? Yeah, we
Just
joined
growling at the
Intimidated. I don't know if you want to get in on
Try to
it.
outwild.
You don't have
It looks angry. I don't know what it's.
I don't think
You
Karen
can lurk
feels
with your crossbow in the shadows.
that she should attempt intimidating
We'll
these
try.
owlbears.
So Bekefo and Eriku scream back at these owlbears as Karam holds back there with the crossbow out. The owlbears don't stop their attack, but they're not as ferocious. They're now circling you, hooting madly, eyes bulging, just walking around you in a circle, hooting, arms out, claws out.
I would like to add.
What your fucking problem is?
That's a 15. I don't know what to add to a 15 of what the fuck's your problem. Oh, 13.
I'm speaking in their language.
The owlbears reply back, hoo, hoo.
Damn.
I think we're just gonna.
Can I hoo-hoo at them?
Yeah, you may.
Ooh. Ooh.
Diplomacy is hooing back.
8! We're killing more just to top one of them.
Alright, one of them swings at you, Bakefo.
Shit.
I got a 26 versus your AC.
My
You're gonna ruin my body.
My AC is 13.
So that'll be a hit, 10 damage, and I need to know your CMD.
CMD is 2.
I got a 23, so you're being grabbed right now.
Can I use a hero point?
You may use a hero point to do what?
Help Kellos use a hero point.
You can use your holy light again to blind it.
That's what I was wondering, if I could do that with my hero point.
My blinding armor were my symbol of Amade, the sword with the light.
Say woo-hoo!
Alright, if you're willing to use a hero point, I will allow that to cause the owlbear to swipe and miss at Bakefo this turn. So just barely, the light will it'll hit the owlbear's eyes and the claw will come right in front of your face there. Right by Arog's body. Almost grabbing you, but just narrowly missing.
Am I still trying to roll a 20 to be not paralyzed?
Yeah.
Alright, well then never mind. Bakefo, have fun.
Alright, can I intimidate and then attack? I'm gonna just yell at it, like, fuck this thing. If it's gonna be hooting at me, I'm gonna, like, no, who you? I got 23. I roar at it, and then I'm gonna fucking, like, charge at it.
Like tackle it, or are you just trying to normally
With my
attack it?
intimidate. I'm just gonna, like, act, like, I'm putting my dagger away so I can double hand my axe and use it better. Like, I got 2 arms now. I'm gonna, like, 2-arm this shit.
Yes.
And I'm gonna
Baby
just, like, fucking charge at it, like, real intimidatedly. And I'm gonna give it crazy eyes. I've never seen yellow crazy eyes such as these. I got 14.
Just barely a miss.
I was really scary about it, though. And
Yeah, you charge at it, you swing your axe, but you just narrowly miss it. It dropped a giant owlbear turd.
Arog Kefa is like,
I go into a rage, and then it's like, I intimidate it even further. I'm just like, I'm gonna make you eat your shit out there.
yes.
22.
Unfortunately, that just turns this owlbear on. Now it's trying to kiss you with its beak, which is quite unpleasant, I'm sure.
This is an interesting turn of events. I stroke the owlbear, and I roll animal handling on it.
Yes.
Alright, roll handle animal on it.
Not to make love to it, but just to, like,
Make it cool.
like, I got 18.
While it does seem to be treating you more friendly, maybe a little too friendly, that doesn't seem any less dangerous.
Alright, well, I say I'm gonna, like, tame and, like, overpower and dominate this beast in the name of my goddess. I like, look over at Kim, I'm like, I got this! I'm winged. What a swing.
Yeah, use that hero point to make it barely dodge it. Dodged it.
Swinging. Okay, yeah, like.
Yeah, it's got a claw. It's swinging its claw at it.
It's, like, big enough for me to ride out its back in a non-sexual way.
I mean, if you are enraged, that makes you one size larger, so you're like equal size to it right now if you're
Try to match
enraged.
the other one. I don't know.
Ride it?
But when I'm, like, reg,
It walks upright, but it can carry you on its back, yes, easily.
Nice sense motive on the one swinging on it, like, as far as, like,
Trying to murder me.
is he trying to find a mate like the one that seemed to get entranced by Eric?
are they trying to mate right now? Or are we in their way?
confused on what's going on. Like,
You can roll a nature or sense motive to figure out what's going on.
terrible. The natural one.
Yeah, these animals just look crazy to you. You have no idea what's going on. You can't even tell the other one's trying to make out with Eric. Like, they both still look like they're attacking no matter what.
And I shoot at the other one, the knee.
This is a -2 for the knee, though.
I'm gonna lay on hands on my man pecs and then shoot at the one going after Eggron.
Eggnog. Alright, so you're touching yourself,
Yes.
and then shooting the one that's attacking Arrow. Got it. So you heal up and let one fly.
Well, it's not a 1, so.
5.
So just a big whiff. So you fire off an arrow and miss. It just launches off into the forest somewhere.
What you think about that?
So there's lost in
Get
the
up,
woods.
buddy! Talking to that thing I shot at.
No.
Who do you think I shot at? I'm talking to.
I don't know.
He's
like if
paralyzed.
That
He's
shit is
asleep.
somebody.
Yeah. Alright, so now it's owlbears, Bakarog.
Oh, at me again? Shit.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do one to each of you guys, so. 24 versus Bakarog.
Yeah, it's definitely a hit.
That's 5 damage. 26 versus your CMD.
CM dog is 10.
Alright, so, but you've been grabbed.
We're
Hold on a
loving on my side.
Love.
No attack here.
second. So this thing's gonna try to love bite you.
Back on the heart.
I got a natural 20 as it bites at you at your face to give you a kiss. 8 damage.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot the crossbow down into the hand.
It was sitting there for you, but
has me.
Alright, I'll let you do a call shot on hand with a -2, just because you're that close to it and it's large. It's pretty hard to miss when you're in it.
Just straight down at it
Yep.
and try to beat it. It's a 4, so -2 is a 2.
Yeah, so it's a miss.
Can I use a hero point to redo that?
You can always use a hero point, and if you use a hero point, you can add +8 on your attack. What just happened never happened. You get to redo it all over again. +8.
Yeah, it never happened because I'm just so pumped.
You visioned yourself shooting and missing, and then you take a deep breath and fire again. 23.
Yeah, that's what I got.
That's a hit.
Damn, I got 1.
1 damage. They're hard
That's
to
okay.
use.
I stabbed that arrow in there.
Yeah, you got that 1 damage, so it pierces the skin. Pink.
Damn right.
Because it's got a hold of me, I'm gonna bite it. When something's holding on to me, I can bite it to try and get it to release me. Bite it.
Animal Fury. One raging, you can gain a bite attack. It's a
Alright,
-5 to your BAB.
Right, well, I'm in a rage right now, so I'm real strong, so I'm gonna take my gauntlet hand. I'm still holding my axe in one of my hands. Grab the owlbear, because I'm as big as it right now, because I'm raging. Show my dominance over it, because it should not come at me like that. How dare it? And just, like, take it down one hit and, like, try to pin it under my axe.
Alright, so that'd be a CMB to try and grapple it to pin it like that.
19.
Close, but not enough.
Can I still intimidate it? 18.
Semi-intimidating, but like I said, this owlbear seems kind of into it. It just bites at you again. This time I only got a 15 versus your AC, though, Eriku.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Arog Bakefo mix, I got a 20. Not
Versus
natural.
what?
Versus your AC. So as it grabs you, it does 10 damage now with its 2 claws, as it's like, trying to shred Arog's armor off of his body.
Can I use an anti-hero point to negative your roll?
You can. I'll roll again -8, which I only got a 9, which means I will miss you. So the owlbear swings and misses at Arog again.
Shoot again, not for the knee.
And you're shooting at the one that is attacking Arog Bakefo mix.
Yes, 17.
That's a hit. So 3 damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna move in close right now.
So you pull out your flail and run towards the one that's holding Arog / Bakefo.
I would like to use my improved unarmed strike, but I want to punch that arrow. Well, it's only a 12. I'm still...
Yeah, you just snap off part of the arrow.
Try to look for it.
Knowledge Arcana would give you a weak spot on this animal. I'll let you roll that.
13.
Not high enough to know very much other than this beast is a magical beast, not a natural animal. Mistake, an aberration, a mutant. Not a natural animal creature, so it's not going to respond very well to, you've already noticed, it hasn't responded very well to your druidic advances. I think you will have heard rumors of them being trained from your old past life in the caves. Like, you've heard things about owlbears being, it's possible to train them, but I think you know it's difficult. They're a wild species, so.
I have this wild empathy thing that says,
Ooh, yeah, change the attitude of it.
A conversation with them is going to be difficult.
alright, I'm just gonna wiggle that arrow around and use my wild empathy and be like, hey!
Alright, wild empathy with A.
14.
The owlbear definitely is looking at you, and its eyes like googling around, but it's like facing you.
You might die, I'm sorry.
No, if you drop to 0, then I take over. Well, I have a
You'd
possibility.
be paralyzed. Yeah, you can try to roll to get out of it, yeah.
And intimidate the fuck out of it to where it is, like, cowering. 20 not natural for that intimidate.
Intimidating, but like I said, the owls bears themselves being intimidating creatures, it's reading it differently than you. You're probably trying to come off as scary, and it's coming across as owl bear like.
Now I'm gonna, like, animal handle it and just, like, but real aggressively. 8, so it's, like, not doing it.
Yeah,
So
not working.
at that point, I'm like, well, then fuck you, and I axe it. Right. Owl head. Which is 27.
That's a hit.
I'm like, you should have not bit me in my face. I just healed. Douche. 9.
9 damage on one, not bad.
I intimidated again. 19. So it won't, like,
Similar
try to-
effect.
I just won't want it to, like, make any sudden movements at me. That's what kind of intimidate. Where I'm trying to, like, just get it to, like, get down there on the ground.
It's still trying to bite at you, but I only got a 12. But I have to bite at Bakarog one time. I got a 25 versus Bakarog.
Man. Yeah, my AC's a 10, my dude.
That'll be 8 damage.
I used my hero point earlier, and I used an anti-hero point earlier.
Wait, you're at 13?
No, I'm at 8. It was going to be 8 damage.
Yeah,
Can I use another anti-hero point?
you may. I'll roll again -8. That's going to be a 16 versus your AC. It's only 7 damage this time.
I'm hanging on. Okay, yeah, so I've won.
Slightly less damage with that anti-hero point, so it did help you a little bit.
Hit it with my flail. 20. Not natural, by the way.
At least a hit.
9.
I would like to cast a spell called Hide from Animals.
Yeah,
I
you.
take the blood from the owlbear and I smear it on Arog's face in a druidic symbol.
I love it.
Alright. The hide from animal's not going to work because it's a magical beast, but I will let you roll a disguise check with the blood on your face.
No, I won't. I got 7, unless I add anything.
No, this means not a very good disguise. You got blood on your face, but you're obviously just like a person covered in blood.
I'm still covered in like dried mud.
I
too,
put some
so.
more blood on me. I could also do that escape artist thing, right? Where I
You
try
can still
get
try to
out.
roll to get out of its claws, yes.
6.
Yeah, no, you're still in its claws. It's got a pretty good grip.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll animal handling on it, because I'm right up on this owlbear. I'm gonna roll animal handling, stop fucking biting me.
He's not obeying the safe word.
15.
I mean, it doesn't seem to want to stop biting you with a 15.
Cool, and I'm like, you made me do this, but also I wanted to do this. In the name of my goddess Calistria, stop fucking biting me. Four-tusked dagger. Has a coat of poison on it. His name's Wilson. And I'm like, Wilson, guide my revenge. 24.
24 is a hit.
15.
I only got 15 fortitude. What do I have to beat?
DC
Higher
20.
1 dex damage.
I yell at it that it's gonna suffer for defying me. And I'm gonna intimidate it before we move on once more. Wait,
Right.
no I don't. I animal handle it to stop from biting me once more. And then it's in the form of a fucking bap on the nose. Like a
Bad owlbear.
bad owlbear. 21.
So it's going to stop trying to bite you and instead try to grab you with its claws. I only got a 16, though.
That is the same as my...
You can do a reflex save to take half damage. It'll be 6 damage if you fail. If you succeed, it'll be 3.
24.
Oh yeah, you're good. You only take half. So you take 3 damage, and I know your CMD.
Oh, my CMD is 18.
I got a 23, so it's going to grab you. So you're now in its claws well.
Attacking with my flail again. My flail failed. Flail. Going to intimidate it. By the light of Armaday. Surrender. 9.
It does not seem intimidated by you at all.
They got the crazy eyes.
I use the eye for animals. I'm gonna escape out of this hand.
Escape artist?
I'm gonna limber it out. Yeah, real druidy. I just like close my eyes and imagine just like
Let's go, Limp.
a viney ass, watery, slippery, natural 20.
Oh. Yeah. You slip right out of its claw.
Do this!
So you drop right out of its claw back onto the ground. You even land on your feet because you rolled a natural 20. You even look sexy. You like slip right out, blap. So you're now like right on the ground, right next to Karam, looking up at it.
I'm going to magically make 2d4 amount of good berries appear in my hand. 4, and
Alright.
they're 1 hit point per thing, so I'm just gonna
Gulp them.
stuff those in my mouth.
Careful, chomps down on 4 good berries real quick.
Back up.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll Knowledge Arcana to see if anything's weird with these owlbears. Nope, I don't know shit. I don't even need you to tell me. All I
Correct.
know is that I'm gonna fuck this owlbear up because it's just like disrespecting me.
Yes.
Really pissed off about that. I just tried to like pet it. Fuck it. I rolled a natural 20,
Be a hit, of course, and that'll be a critical damage.
so I'm gonna be with my battle axe. Fuck you. 23.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I'm like,
Alright. That owlbear falls unconscious. You're in the high gouging position, ready to go for next turn.
with both hands.
Owlbear takes a swing at Karam. 19 versus your AC. So it does hit you. That's going to be 8 damage. And I do a 26 versus your CMD if you're still conscious.
No, I'm not conscious.
Oh, then it picks you up.
Oh shit. I'm gonna flop out for a second and see if that'll startle Arog enough to wake him up.
Damn it. 13.
You're still paralyzed. You come to for a second. You see what's going on around you for a moment.
No, we're fighting.
Yeah. But you're like going limp as that happens. So you like fall to the ground. So you're now prone.
I'm not fighting you though, so you can just take me back over real quick.
Yeah, can I take him back over?
You can take back over, but now you're prone.
Guidance spell on myself. I realize while I'm on the ground, I'm on Arrow's like pack thing and his bear trap stabbing me, and I'm like, set the bear trap, but like move it away from me too, because I seem
To set the bear trap, I would usually be a standard, but I'll let you, since you're not using your move, I'll let you do it as a move as long as you can roll me a survival check to set it.
I'm just rolling around the ground over. Nah, thanks for letting me try, but it was a natural one.
You're gonna set the trap on yourself. Clang!
Oh no, the bear trap! What the fuck?
Plus 1 arm, minus 1 hand.
36 plus 3.
So you took some hand damage.
Yeah, I'm unconscious. I'm -1. I'm
Alright.
just like, fuck.
Unconscious the bear trap on your hand.
We're out. One bear's unconscious. Eric, who's got this?
There's an owlbear holding one of your friends in its claws. Your other allies are passed out.
I feel that my debt's been repaid. Now I have 2 bear traps. I'm happy. I sense it. And I like do a cool like twirl move and I run over and I axe bear. Ow.
Alright, roll the attack.
17.
Needs a hit.
And I'm like, I'm gonna rip your eyeballs out too. 16.
Swipe at you with its other claw.
Ooh,
Rolling a
what?
27.
Yeah.
Only does 5 damage though.
I laugh and it's
And that does a 27 versus your CMD.
I got an 18 CMD.
So it's got you in one claw, Harem in the other claw. So its claws are full. Arog's laying on the ground. If Bakefo is unconscious, Arog, you can become conscious again. So you're laying there paralyzed, seeing what's going on around you.
Not natural.
Struggle, you sort of like feel that tingling feeling, like you sort of feel the wind rushing around you, but you can't move. You're just laying there watching all this happen right above you.
Really happy. And I attack it. 28.
28's a hit.
And I tell it, how dare it touch me. Gonna die. Like its friend. 14.
Alright, tries to squeeze you in its claw. 21 versus your AC. It's gonna be 10 damage.
Oh, can I use the anti-hero point?
You may, and I'll re-roll that. Minus 8, so that's only gonna be a 13 versus your AC.
Sweet.
So it misses.
So, yeah, totally miss. And I laugh in its face again, and I'm like, you dare to challenge my wrath. Revenge ends now. Hot. An attack with my axe, 28, and my damage, 15.
Alright, that one's unconscious, near death.
I rip its eyes out. I hold the eyeballs, and I go over to the other owlbear, and I rip its eyes out, so I have a collection of eyeballs. I'm gonna put the eyes in my pocket for now, I'm gonna do a thing later with them. Axe the owlbear to kill it, the one I'm closest to, obviously. And I walk over and I finish off the other one too, and I'm gonna do a whole prayer to my goddess. I walk over to the edge of the volcano, and I look up at the 3 moons, keep one of the eyeballs, and I hold up 3 of the eyeballs in my new baby hand. But then I take the other eyeball I had left over, the 4th one, and I hold it up with my old hand to represent my new baby arm. Then I throw all of the eyeballs into the volcano. I do that for my goddess, tell her that I know my job isn't done because that dinosaur dad is still down there, and I'm gonna kill it too because that's what she wants.
As you throw the eyeballs down into the volcano and say this prayer, you can see the silhouette of this large creature still pecking at the body of Lazy Bonzales, ripping it limb from limb.
I walk over to the owlbears and begin to skin them.
You will collect their very precious hides. Roll survival to collect their precious hides.
I got a natural 20.
Nice.
Alright, you're able to collect their very valuable furs, which are like a combination of feather and fur. These ones are actually very fine silver and black. Probably will fetch a very good price.
Get out to dry somehow by the volcano.
Just like over the edge somehow, over some sticks, or...
I just like prop it up on some sticks so it can like get all dried out by the steam next to it.
Roll me a survival check to build some sort of like...
And it's also like kind of like a weird looking decoy. Because it looks like there's an animal by the hole. Don't get any ideas.
Roll me a survival check to set that up.
I got a 12, so it's not very pretty, but
Yeah, it's not great, but it's up. It's slightly
fine.
above average. Yeah, it's functional. It's just not beautiful. You don't know how long it's been. You're not a professional tanner. You're just kind of like winging it and hoping this sort of works.
I'm good for now. I'm gonna go make sure my friends are okay, you know?
Alright, they're all unconscious, some of them badly bruised. Arog's armor's a little damaged. Arog's eyes are moving around. He's looking at you when you walk up. So he's obviously not unconscious. He just can't move. Karam's unconscious.
Take his bear trap, and I do slam voice symbol on him.
Roll a survival check to undo the bear trap from his arm. Unset
Oh,
it,
I'm
basically.
gonna leave it.
So it's still on his hand?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it hang out there because I worry if I take it off, you're just gonna start bleeding everywhere.
These bear
So
traps
I'm gonna
are-
look around for some good berries.
Alright, roll a survival check to look for some good berries.
21.
You do find those same bushes you saw before, but it hasn't been long enough for the berries to be replenished yet. You have to leave your friends behind to go any farther.
Alright, well, can I drag him to the safety of the little
I mean,
hut?
you are in the little camp right now. You got attacked in your camp, so you've been...
Alright,
moved it
so
on.
we're good. Okay.
Yeah.
Chilling by the dead owlbear.
I take the dead owlbears and I roll them off into the volcano. They don't attract. One of them I tie to the rope and kind of like
Let it jerk. You make it smell bear jerky.
yeah, let it dangle some magic jerky. And
Another one
the
you
other
just
one
dump.
I dump because I don't have time for that much meat laying around attracting stuff.
So you dangle one and dump the other, and you just watch over your allies while they rest.
I can rest as well.
All right, you want to rest with your allies?
Yeah.
So you guys can go back to sleep. After a scary night of owl-bear encounter, you guys have healed up a little bit. You're
Yeah,
awake
a
now.
little
As long as you're above 0 hit points, you're awake.
What about me?
You're still paralyzed, but you're awake. Arog is still wearing the Bakefo amulet. The turtle's in the area. He's not too close, but he's like nearby. Luckily for Arog, you can't feel the bear trap on your arm, but there is a bear trap on your arm. Bakefo controls Arog's body.
Oh, yes.
Can I use a heal roll to try and like take that bear trap off that arm and maybe like
Yeah, you can roll either a heal or survival to try and get it off and repair the damage. Like cloth on it or something, yeah.
I'm gonna roll heal. 22.
That's good enough to get off the bear trap and bandage up the wound. You're able to stop the bleeding. He's not going to bleed out from it or anything. He'll leave a mark for sure. He's going to have a cool, like, bear trap V scar on your arm. But it didn't hurt, and it's gonna leave a cool scar.
Would there be a way for me to, like, jar him?
With another heal check, you might be able to make him throw up or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Heal! 24.
You stick your finger down the throat. He vomits up some of the poison. Roll a fortitude save, Arog.
I got a natural 1.
So the front of Arog's clothes are now like covered in Arog vomit.
I'm so
Sorry.
dirty. I put mud all over myself that might have been shit.
Oh, God.
Now I've got my own vomit all over me.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand up, step over and away from the puke that might have gotten on the ground. And then I'm gonna take Arog's shirt off. Oh, I'm just gonna take that shirt off. I'm just gonna toss it to the side and just kind of like wipe off.
Just bare chested.
Arog's mouth a little bit, but real like
That
zombie.
shirt is my armor.
You take off Arog's armor and you throw it on the ground.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You don't have a shirt?
I mean, I got pants too, but like, you don't put a shirt over armor.
I look down at the armor and I rub it in the ground. I kind of like get it off.
You make
Is
some
that
dirt in
what
with the
it is?
puke.
Put it back on. If there's not mud, I will make some mud, smear it on Eric's face, and like down and like that straight down on through his puke armor.
There's plenty of dirt. As long as you're willing to spit in the dirt, you can do that.
I spit in the dirt real ruined like real. It's like almost like a protection thing for me. I just like put this symbol.
I mean, I know as a druid, that's not a good
You're all mudded up.
And it zombie clap his hands together and shake off the rest.
I'm impressed by her ritual.
Roll a perception check after you watch Pekepo do this with Arog's body.
I got a 9. I'm way too impressed by the ritual.
27.
Ooh, you know.
Luckily for you, Pekepo hears something in the distance. Pekepo, you're going to hear a popping sound in the distance.
Pop. Okay.
Several popping noises.
I'm like, there's a pop. Pop, pop, pop. I just start pop, pop. I just start saying that.
Pop, 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 pop.
I look around and there's like a pop going on.
Yeah, you can now roll another perception check now that you've been warned.
15.
4.
Eriku, you now also hear the popping. Karam, you think you might. Maybe the pop of gunfire? Maybe the only thing you can think of? But you're not sure.
Sure.
Something's popping.
Might be gunfire. Let's play.
I get down on the ground. I follow my turtle. Ooh, that's how you call a turtle.
Gotta start somewhere.
Roll me a handle animal Pekepo for the turtle to come closer to you.
4.
It's about 40 feet away. It doesn't come any closer, but it doesn't go any further away either. It just kind of looks at you like whatever. It does sound like the gunfire, if it is gunfire, is coming from far away. Maybe north of here. The direction of your boat.
Like, can I try to figure out how far away it is?
Yeah, sure, with a perception check.
I only got 14. Ugh, that's unnerving.
Can I ready my crossbow? I'm gonna try to be stealthy and go like a little bit ways in the direction towards the boat.
Hear him. Arog calls out as Pekepo. What's up? Can you try to wake Arog up before you go off on a mission? I tried a healing thing already and I vomited on myself, so you try it.
Side
I'll
note,
pick
can
up your
I
turtle.
just say that I have, like, my axe and my baby arm, and I've been doing, like,
Doing
lifting
curls.
Hear how it all works out next time on The Other Dungeon. This episode of Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater was sponsored by our fans and friends on Patreon. Donate today. Keep Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater alive.